The following is a mechanically reproduced announcement, previously recorded from a live scheduled program on 24.7 The Stream. This is not a live broadcast. All guests, callers, and hosts granted 24.7 The Stream permission to be recorded. This program may contain strong language or topics not suited for younger listeners. Parental discretion is advised. Thank you for listening to 24.7 The Stream.
Welcome to A Gang of Girls Radio. Join Ariel Grace, a 20-year intuitive coach, Reiki master, metaphysical teacher, and talk radio personality as she brings you experts in metaphysics, spiritual, and paranormal, psychic kids, and fun yet informative, intuitive insight. Here is your host of A Gang of Girls Radio, Ariel Grace on 24/7 The Stream.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to A Gang of Girls Radio on 24/7 The Stream. Hey, all y'all out there in, internet land, come on and hop, skip, and jump on over to chat here at 24/7 The Stream. You can sign in through Facebook. You can sign in and be a guest, be mysterious, not use your name. That might be fun. Yeah, because you're not going to want to miss this show tonight, especially in chat. You may have some questions. Everyone has questions about what we're going to be talking about tonight. Manifestation. How do you do it? How does it work? What can you do to improve your intentions? Does gratitude raise your resonance? You're going to want to stay tuned to find out. I'll tell you. The gal that we have on tonight, Lori Hamann, she rocks. And you're going to want to hear what she has to say. And you might even have some questions like, I've tried that, but it didn't work. Maybe she has some handy tips and tricks for you. That'll be fun for you. So, but tonight, I found something really cool on the internet. Actually, a bunch of things that are really cool on the internet. One of them is the hero of the day. And you can check this out at thedailylight.net. And it's called Special Needs Kid or Special Needs Child Bullied. Well, there was a boy that was being bullied. He was a special needs guy. And his name is James, and he was having a hard time. He was having to eat his lunch separately from the other kids. But these 5 boys came up and said, you know what, this is not right. And they asked him to join them for lunch. They got to know him. They got to helping him. And they ended up doing all kinds of wonderful things all together as a group, as friends. And you want to check out that story. It is I watched it and teared up. It was so awesome. So these 5 boys really helped him and helped him feel a part of something. So that is wonderful. Those are heroes of the day. You're going to want to check that out. Know what I'm saying? So the other thing I found out is Valentine's Day. Where did that come from anyway? Because I'm not, a squishy, lovey-dovey kind of gal. I'm a nice person and everything, but I have to be reminded about romance and things like that. So I wanted to know where St. Valentine's Day came from. And evidently, it's an annual holiday celebrated on February 14th. It originated as a Western Christian feast day honoring one or more of the early saints named Valentinus, and is recognized as a significant cultural and commercial celebration in many regions around the world, although it is not a public holiday in any country. So it's celebrated all around the world without being your day off. And this was a really cool story. Now, I found this on Wikipedia because, that is my favorite place. That's my go-to place. That's the first place I go to when I'm researching something is Wikipedia. So, and you can look up Saint Valentine and you'll find this out. And this is a cool story about Saint Valentine of Rome, which indicated he was imprisoned for performing weddings for soldiers who were forbidden to marry and for ministering to Christians who were persecuted under the Roman Empire. Okay? According to legend, during his imprisonment, Saint Valentine healed the daughter of his jailer, Asterius, and before his execution, he wrote her a letter signed, "Your Valentine," as a farewell. The day, so that's how it originated. Isn't that cool? I thought that was so cool. So the first time it became associated with romantic love within the circle of Geoffrey Chaucer in the 14th century, when the tradition of courtly love flourished. All right. That's when, they were sending love notes to each other and poems and all that business. So they were sending them romantic type things. And so in the 18th century, England, it evolved into an occasion in which lovers expressed their love for each other by presenting flowers, offering confectionery, and sending greeting cards known as valentines. In Europe, St. Valentine's keys were given to lovers as a symbolic symbol and an invitation to unlock the giver's heart. So that's why Tiffany's has the keys. Isn't that cool? Yeah. As well as to children to ward off epilepsy, called St. Valentine's Malady. Valentine's Day symbols that are used today include the heart-shaped outline, doves, and the figure of winged Cupid. Since the 19th century, handwritten valentines have given way to mass-produced greeting cards. So, how many of you made your Valentine this year? That would be kind of interesting to do that, wouldn't that? I think I've made a couple of Valentine's Day cards myself when I was younger and kind of not as cranky as I am now. So I asked all of you to send in your love stories, and I'm still accepting love stories. I'm still accepting them. I'm still deciding on what the prize is this year. Now, I received a love story, and this one is very beautiful. And so I'm going to read it to you tonight. It is, I'm sure that you'll like it. So everyone grab your popcorn, have a seat, and have a listen. So my love story comes with a preface. When we were both 4 years old, we kept each other company while his older brother took piano lessons from my mom. We laid on our bellies with our chins resting on our hands, looking up at Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and Sesame Street on TV. We didn't talk much, but we two shy children got accustomed to each other. A year or so later, he started taking piano lessons too, and I took ballet lessons, and that was that for a while. 8 years later, at the start of the awkward days of middle school, we began going to the same classes every day. We banded together with friends against the pressures to fit in, giggling quietly in the back of the classroom and passing notes. But geeks drawing cartoons of cell mitosis doesn't make the teacher mad. A few years later, we go to the 9th grade dance and do the twist. We go on our first dates together and hold hands, but stop short of kissing because a quiet part of me that speaks truth says I have lessons to learn first, that it isn't time, and I listen. We drift apart, always friends. We date other people with dubious success. He plays concertos and learns to meditate to survive high school while I throw myself into dance and cling to art like a ship in a storm. He packs up his life just before we are set free by graduation and abruptly moves away with his family to follow their work. 2 time zones distance. I shrug off the loss, like you learn to do, and go on to try on other versions of me, hoping to become someone else. I engage to other people who wants to be whole and thinks I will fill the vacancy. When I get low, I remember my dear friend is still moving about in the world, making it a better place by his presence. Before Facebook or Google made it simple, I tracked him down, found him in the middle of the desert, and called to say hello once. After college, I began to study what I really wanted to know. I broke up with my fiancé, since being willing to die for someone doesn't mean you should live with them. And I steadily dated a good friend, certain that friendship is greater than love any day. 12 years after going separate ways, it is my turn to receive a phone call out of the blue. He has moved from the desert to the plains. His brother is getting married back home, and would I like to catch up in person? Yes. When we talk, we find that we have had different versions of the same lessons. He was also engaged and broke up. He tried on false versions of himself and began to seek after his authentic calling for after college. And we walk and we talk and talk about everything. Then, funny thing, he takes a deep breath and I begin to edge away. What are you doing? Wait, you can feel that? Because among the parallels of our lives, between our different independent metaphysical studies, when he expands a bubble of energy around him, I can tell, and I ask him to tone it down, and we laugh. And that is something that we never mentioned, so we do. Between us, there is so much energy that we pick up on information about each other that we never had. We discover our companionship has lasted through hundreds of lifetimes, before we were human, because in each other's presence we remember flashes of several. I feel like I see every person he could possibly be, and while I feel differently about them all, I understand and have a counterpart to everyone. Our connection renewed, we go back to our separate lives we are invested in. Thinking for better or worse, the trajectory is clear, but the events of the day don't feel complete until we've shared them. For the next 1.5 years, we share the events of our days, learning our lessons, visiting each other whenever we have the slightest excuse, until we kiss for the first time. My young self was right. After that kiss, there is no going back. There is no staying apart, no return to any other kind of normal, no more delay or holding back. These are the floodgates that once opened, cannot be closed. This is the fire that burns without consuming. And I never actually thought I would be the marrying kind, but I realized I didn't want completion. I simply wanted to benignly annoy and be annoyed by this person for the rest of my life. I pulled up roots to travel 1,000 miles to close the distance between me and my true home with him. And here we are 8 years later, over 30 all told, passing text-like notes between us and giggling quietly, soon to be watching Mr. Rogers and Sesame Street on YouTube again, and kissing all the time. Love and light, Emily. So, everybody get into chat and tell me how much you loved that story, because I did. So that was pretty awesome. And I look forward to reading more of those love stories. So I'd appreciate it if you sent me yours. That would be so awesome. So that is our love story for tonight. And again, please do send your love stories. If you have heard of a hero or a heroic act or an act of kindness, you can send me that story too at a gang of girls inc at gmail.com. I would appreciate it because we're going to start sharing that kind of news with you in the first 20 minutes of the show, just to get the show rolling, get it started. Give us some good news, because that's what we're looking for, right? We're looking for that good news. And it's still Love Month here at Elevated Delights. And I wanted to let you know that we are still doing love workshops. In fact, we did the Heart Soul Retrieval workshop on Saturday. And was that awesome or what? For those of you that attended, I thought it was. And I wasn't even really, there a lot. But it was pretty awesome. And so we do have some fun things that are coming up. Tomorrow we have the Healing Share at 7 p.m. It's Tuesday night, 7 p.m. And it doesn't matter if you've already taken healing kind of energy classes or if you are a healer, you do Reiki or pranic or quantum, whatever. Just come in and share the modality, okay? We do appreciate everybody coming in for these Freeze Tuesday events because they're for you, the community. So please do come and join us for those events. And tomorrow night, Heather will be leading the Healing Share, as I'm going to be on Teal Gray's radio show at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So she's going to be, Heather will be running the Healing Share. She is also our new Reiki Master teacher. So she will be teaching Reiki 1 on 2/28. Okay, that's a Sunday. So check that out. If you have our mobile app, it's going to come up on the mobile app. All of our events are on the mobile app. So check it out. And Heather is rocking. She really is. And I'm so very grateful for her coming in and doing that. We are also going to be having, I'm going to be channeling on Saturday at 1 o'clock. I will be channeling the Archaea Hope and the Archaea Faith. And I believe Mother Mary will be coming in as well. There will also be a question and answer period where you can ask your questions and get answers. Now, the one that will be doing the gallery part of this event is the Archaea Hope, because she is our spokesperson and she's a happy camper. So come on in, join us for that day. It's 1 p.m. on Saturday. Okay. We're also doing auto write class, our automatic writing class, which is at 10 o'clock on Saturday. And bring your pencils and journals so that you can write whatever messages that you receive from your spirit guides and angels. All right. It is a guided meditation to help you connect and get those messages for your highest and greatest good. On the 27th, Angel will be teaching a Lovecraft workshop. Yay. So come and join us for that. You can read about that again. You can go to Facebook and like us there. It's A Gang of Girls Inc., Elevated Delights. And remember to click on the notification thing so that you can get the notifications. You can subscribe to the events so you know what's going on. You can subscribe to our newsletter at A Gang of Girls Inc. or on elevateddelights.com. And I only send out one newsletter a week on Sundays to let you know what's going on. Okay. So, we also would like for you to download our app. It's A Gang of Girls Inc. app. You can get that, on our website. You can go to agangofgirls.com and check that out. Click on the little thing there, and that will bring you to the link where you can download it. We are doing this thing. It's on Twitter. If you are a Twitter person, go on Twitter and follow A Gang of Girls or follow Ariel Grace, and you'll see it. It's hashtag All Lives Matter. Yeah, because all lives matter. So we want to spread that around. Just hashtag that and tweet it or retweet the tweet, because we're really into this. And every Monday night, I'd love to see at least everybody that's listening to this show, like, retweet it or hashtag it. All lives matter, because all lives do matter, no matter what, and we should love and respect all of the people on this planet. All right? All right. So when we come back, you're going to hear from Lori Hamann. You're listening to A Gang of Girls Radio on 24/7 The Stream.
Looking for help with your money? Maybe you're a new business, not sure where to begin with your accounting issues. Instead of taking chances with the IRS, why not come to us? Anderson Accounting offers tax solutions for your business, whether big or small, new or established. Let us help you with your accounting and tax needs. We give fresh ideas and outside-the-box solutions for all your accounting problems. Give us a call, 630-229-9884, or visit our website at AndersonAccountingCo.com. Helping companies reach their potential through careful planning, prompt service, and years of expertise. We are the solution. AndersonAccountingCo.com, 630-229-9884. You need to quit smoking. You need the latest products and e-liquid. You need Delectable Vapors. Located just off Main Street in St. Charles, Delectable Vapors is family-owned and operated and cares about your individual needs, not making a fast buck. Come visit Mike, Danny, and Jill at 504 East Main Street in St. Charles and see for yourself. Delectable Vapors carries top e-liquid brands like Cutwood, Five Ponds, High Seas, and Sick Boy. They even have their own premium juice line. Sit back and enjoy their awesome tasting lounge filled with new flavors, fully stocked and ready to serve your vaping needs. Delectable Vapors carries all the hardware and e-liquid you could ever need. Did I mention their top-notch customer service? Delectable Vapors in St. Charles, just off Main Street, or always online at delectablevapors.com. You need to quit smoking. Come see us and let's kick some hash. Ask yourself, when was the last time I took a vacation? It's been a while, hasn't it? If you're looking for a well-deserved, peaceful getaway, then look no further than Vacation Home Renters Whitetail Lodge. Let the professionals at VacationHomeRenter.com help you with the vacation spot of your dreams, the Whitetail Lodge. This clean, cozy, and gorgeous cabin is a spacious 3,100 square foot, 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath that is perfect for large families or entertaining friends. Did I mention it comes with an outdoor hot tub? Relax with modern luxuries like central air, wood-burning fireplace, Wi-Fi, enormous covered deck, and flat-screen TVs in every room. Just minutes from Terry Peak Ski Area and other popular attractions like Mount Rushmore and Custer State Park. Don't wait another minute to book the Whitetail Lodge and stay in the vacation home you're looking for. Visit online at VacationHomeRenter.com and select the beautiful Whitetail Lodge. The vaping industry is saturated with e-liquids these days, but only one truly separates itself from the rest. Kalari. KalariVapor.com. When it comes to producing a top-quality vapor liquid, Kalari comes out with a bold statement. We're here to stay. Now, with higher expectations from their fans, Kalari produced an even higher quality e-liquid like no other. Kalari Prime. Kalari Prime. Kalari Prime nicotine is extracted from the finest Virginian tobacco leaves and aged for several months to perfectly blend with its one-of-a-kind flavors and give you a perfect full-flavor draw without the harsh throat hit like those other brands. Don't just take their word for it. Visit KalariVapor.com and try it for yourself. Kalari and Kalari Prime e-liquid. Don't smoke it. Vape it at KalariVapor.com. Must be 18 years or older to purchase. Kalari. KalariVapor.com. 24.7 The Stream. 247stream.com.
24 past the hour, and you're listening to A Gang of Girls Radio on 24/7 The Stream. This is Ariel Grace, your host tonight, and we have an awesome lady coming up here. She's on the line, and you know what? She's going to talk about, hey, are we limited? Are we limitless? Are we powerful? What do you want? Do you want success? Do you want love, joy, health? Do you want true freedom? Because this gal's got it going on. She's got some answers for us tonight, and I think you're going to like them. So make sure you hop, skip, jump right on over to chat at 247thestream.com, because I know you're going to have some questions for this gal. Her name is Lori Hamann. Hey, Lori.
Hi, Ariel. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be fun and enjoyable because I'm a very nosy person.
Awesome.
And so I was nosing around, and you know, with everybody we have on the show, we both myself and there's a gal that is in chat. Her name is Cynthia Malone, and she's nosy too. So between the two of us, we've dug up some cool stuff.
Oh dear. What do you have for me today? Oh,
okay. Well, the first thing I want to know is okay, so we do what we do once a month. We do this thing. It's called the Intention Circle. And we have that here once a month here at Elevated Lights. And you talk a lot about that, about intention. And you listen to Dyer as a kid, kind of, letting it soak in, not really, but you heard it. And so it was like your background in that. So how did this come about? Because you call yourself a spiritual plus business alchemist business coach. Can you expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, my journey's been really beautiful and really interesting. And I did listen to Wayne Dyer as a kid because my parents were so plugged in that they were driving down the road and, Wayne Dyer would be blaring over the speakers.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, who is this guy, in this beautiful, rich voice? And it was Wayne Dyer. And so seeds were planted pretty early for me. And, from a very young age, I was doing things like the Life Spring training, which is very similar to Aspen. I went on to be totally confused as a young adult, which is totally normal.
Yes.
But then kind of came back around, to finding myself and what I wanted to do with my life, and ended up going to get a master's degree in counseling. Still hadn't figured it all out yet, but entered the field of coaching really quickly. And I think I came to kind of call myself a business coach because I do a lot of life coaching for entrepreneurs. That has been like the crux of what I've done probably for the last 18 years. Very much focused on manifesting in the laws of attraction, and also, a little bit also in business structures and relationship marketing and stuff like that. So there's a lot that I can offer from my toolbox. But that word alchemist.
I like the word alchemist. I love that word.
Yeah, and that's important to me. I would call myself an alchemist, absolutely, but I call myself a coach. If people said to me, "What do you do?" I'd say I'm a coach. And we talk about that. But alchemy is really, for me, when you take out what's not working and you put in what works to have transformation. So, as I've grown over the years, every single thing I ever do for people, either in their lives or in their businesses or in my programs, right, it's always about taking out what works and putting in what works, infusing your life with what works and removing what doesn't. And it's like silver to gold. And a lot of transformation happens. And I like to keep it as simple as possible because we really do overcomplicate the process.
We do.
So that's where alchemy comes in for me. Totally.
Is to break it down and make it simple.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool because we do tend to overthink, overdo, over kind of stuff. Like make the most simplest things very complicated.
So true. So true. So true.
So how were you able to combine, that intention, being grateful, alignment with your soul? When did that all come about? Because you have this background in assisting people with business coach, but how did it, because you could even say that you go in, you break down this stuff that doesn't work, you get rid of it, and you bring in the stuff that does work. But how did you start working with people, just the people themselves, and creating their lives? When did that start?
Oh my goodness. I was just a baby. I was 27,
Yeah.
And I graduated from that master's program. I remember graduation day, and I remember standing outside the school taking pictures after the ceremony and thinking, I'm not going to do this forever. This isn't the life. This isn't the calling. I knew it was going to be related, but something had been sparked in me, and it was this industry called coaching. Mm-hmm. And I was really on a journey for me of self-discovery through building my own toolbox. And I'm just the kind of person who isn't afraid to experiment. And so very quickly, I was working a full-time job, and I was getting married, and I was having babies, and I started my coaching practice. And I was the kind of person who said, I can figure out a website. Are you kidding me? I got this, right? I'm going to go work. I'm going to go figure this out. Search engine optimization, no problem. I've got this. Teleclass recordings, I've got this. So it's really tech savvy, back in the day. And I was just able to rely on something inside of me that felt like just desire. I talk about I talk about being a ferocious, a really on fire with desire, ferocious wanter. And building my practice was not easy. Some people, today will say, hey, 10 steps to build your practice in a year and in 3 months, and how to fill your practice. I like to affectionately say about myself, I built a really great practice in 18 years and counting. Because it's still happening, and I'm still really I'm really just still evolving what I do. So, the intention, and I think that was the question you had for me. My intention started very early, and it was just backed by so much on fire desire to be a catalyst for people's transformation.
Right.
There was just nothing else I wanted to do, and it was just purpose driven. It was just absolutely purpose-driven. And I don't even know if I have words to describe how passionate I was about the industry, about the purpose, about being an entrepreneur myself, about my own limitlessness, It just was all very exciting, and so I got really good at following my bliss. I beat myself up along the way. I had so many bumps and bruises along the way. But it just never was anything that threw me off course, So,
right.
Yeah, I got really good at practicing what I preached, so it was easy for me to teach.
Right.
About what that felt like.
I get that. No.
You get that?
I get it. Because when we state our intentions, or I've been stating intentions for years now, and
Sure.
like you said, it evolves, it expands, it changes, and so you got to change up your repertoire every once in a while. Your tool bag. You gotta move and groove with that. Yeah. So,
and don't be afraid to fail. I mean, you got to not be afraid to just be like, oh, this moves me now. I like to liken it to throwing stuff up against the wall. I take a lot of inspired action and broad intentions for joy and bliss and to feel good and to just be an expression for creativity, right, in my own way. And just throw stuff against the wall. Does it stick? No, not this time. Okay.
So, yeah, like you said, do you, did you ever feel like, well, look, I threw this against the wall. It didn't stick. Okay, let me retry it again. Let me throw it against the wall. So did you ever feel like you were defeated? Like maybe you needed to rewire what you were doing?
Yeah, for sure.
What would you do?
I had to rewire what I was doing, but sometimes I had to rewire what I was thinking about.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because well, and just redo. And so how would you, like, after you've thrown it against the wall like 2 or 3 times, how would you get back into yourself and, rework it? How would that happen?
How would that happen? Let me get into that for a second. That's a big question.
Yeah, because,
that's a big question.
There's a lot of people that, even that come to the intention circle and they're like, well, I intended for this to happen. And I've been intending for this to happen. I thought it was going to happen sooner and it hasn't. And so I'm really, they feel like they're like, what do I do now? Do I give up, or what do I do? So that is, it's a huge question.
Yeah. That's even more concrete. Yeah. So,
right.
So for me, and I would absolutely teach this now. I think it comes down to a couple come-froms. A couple operating systems, a couple of belief systems that when you put them together, they're really powerful. And so one of the things that I really do believe
is, well, we're going to find out what Lori believes in. I believe that we're just a little bit out of the shadow of Mercury in retrograde. So, those technical glitches that happen. Well, we're having a technical glitch right now. So it's all good. And we're going to see if we can, get her back so she can explain to us how she would rework her intentions. Because like I have said in the past, when we were intending for elevated delights, we had this list of things that we wanted and how much we were willing to spend and all that other stuff. And it took us like 2 years to find elevated delights, to find the building. And then it took us a couple of months, of like moving in and all that. So, some intentions and some ideas take a while, even though we have that desire and that emotion and all of that to go with. Times, what happens if you're intending for a cup of coffee? Hey, that's an easy intention. You'll get it. Not a problem. But some intentions, you've got to have all the little stuff line up and the people line up for things to manifest. So, and just like I wanted to be able to reach more people, and I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I knew that I did want to reach more people. I wanted to talk to people and see what they were feeling and give them good news and all that. And when Todd Bates asked me to do a Gang of Girls radio on 24/7 The Stream, I was like, wow. This is an awesome way to get the word out, to share experiences and to, create some experiences, right? Yeah. Give some good news and love it. So that's what that's what this show is about. It's about what is it like to create intentions? What is it like to follow through? What is it like when they actually do happen? Wow. And are you satisfied with making that one thing happen? Or does your desire expand more so that you can create more? Or are you afraid of creation? Yikes. I know some of you may be afraid of your your failure or your success. But it's okay. You know, you got to be okay with that. You got to be okay with rocking on, throwing it against the wall and seeing if it slips down. If it slips down, rework it. It's okay because you never know what's going to happen, right? Right. So while we're working on getting Lori back, she did write a book. It's called M100. And I read parts of the book. That's a pretty good book. And you can find it on Amazon at Amazon.com. You can look up M100 and check it out because she goes through a lot of really cool stuff in the book on how-tos and what fors. So when we come back, we'll be talking to Lori Hamann. You're listening to Again Girls Radio on 24/7 The Stream.
Every time you turn us on, there's another hit show coming on.
Awesome.
247thestream.com.
Have you heard about that crazy rap thing? There are millions of blogs on today's internet, but only Rita's CrazyRapThing.com can truly help empower you to be healthy and confident about how you look and feel right now. Independent distributor Rita Doman is someone who has always struggled with her weight and health, but made the decision to start living and not worry about her weight any longer. Visit Rita's CrazyRapThing.com and follow Rita's daily empowering blogs for tips on keeping you looking and feeling confident about yourself no matter what. You are worth it. You deserve to be treated with respect. Be empowered with confidence now and visit Rita's CrazyRapThing.com and let yourself off the hook. Know that you are good enough no matter how you look or feel. Girl, don't just sit there and think about it. Visit Rita's CrazyRapThing.com and make peace with your past. Go from this
doesn't look good,
to this.
Don't you look cute today?
Rita's CrazyRapThing.com.
That's the sound of a classmate receiving an attachment of you posing in your underwear. Your ex-boyfriend forwarding this picture to his friends. It being sent to your coach. And worst of all, your dad. All because of the time that you posted those pictures on your profile. Anything you post online, anyone can see. So think before you post. For more information, visit cybertipline.com. 24.7 The Stream is proud to recognize official sponsor Sarpino's Pizzeria right here in Naperville. Serving the Naperville community for many years, Sarpino's features a fantastic menu and offers you a 5-star gourmet experience guaranteed. You won't find a more diverse menu of succulent appetizers, fresh salads, custom sandwiches, entrees, or tasty desserts at any other pizzeria in the area. Conveniently located at 1567 North Aurora Road in Naperville, Sarpino's is open all 365 days, offering free delivery and open late nights on Friday and Saturday until 3 a.m. For excellent products, exceptional service every time. Visit Sarpino's in Naperville or order online at GoSarpinos.com. From our studios to the world, here comes more great programming on WHVR Digital Broadcasting.
It's 43 past the hour, and you're listening to A Gang of Girls Radio on 24/7 The Stream. I'm your host, Ariel Grace, and we are talking to Lori Hamann. And I have this wonderful little thing that was posted in chat, and I'd like to read it. It's a testimony, and it's from Catherine. And she says, Lori is an awesome coach and does break things down to help those of us that are new to some of these concepts. I can't say enough. Her groups and teachings saved my sanity. Wow. How awesome is that? That's pretty darn awesome. So, Miss Lori, we were talking about, like, you know, your concepts and, like, throwing stuff against the wall and watching it slip down or stick.
Yeah, right. Yes. Yeah, and so what do we do, right? When we get disappointed and things don't work out, and, like, where do we go to kind of fill up our bootstraps and get centered again, right?
Right.
So I think I was talking about divine timing, and it's really a go-to place for me. It's a go-to operating system that I have to rely on it, because my ego and my brain likes to think it knows when things should happen or how things should happen. And I have to sometimes remind myself, as do, all of us, things don't always happen in the time that we want them to, but in divine time.
Right.
And so for me, when I throw stuff up against the wall and it doesn't quite stick, I've got a tremendous amount of perseverance on things, but sometimes I have to be like, all right, this might not be the time, it might not be the way, it might not be quite aligned. Let me feel into it some other way and see what else there is for me. And sometimes I have to find my patience, right?
Right.
So I also would couple that with a couple other concepts. One being, just like I said, detaching from the how, really saying, all right, I just have to stop thinking that I know it all.
Right.
I have to start receiving. I have to start receiving the nudges, or I have to start receiving the path that is so effortlessly laid out before me when I allow it to be. We get so wrapped up sometimes in the how of, wow, I threw it against the wall and it needed to look this way and it had to be step 1, step 2, step 3, and that didn't work. That, sometimes I just have to really release. I just am going to wait for divine inspired nudges and whispers and inspiration and action.
Yes.
So that I can really receive what is next for me, because that is so much more on target than me trying to figure out the next logical step out of my brain space, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
So, yeah. So I think those are go-to items for me, and the biggest and probably most overarching personal operating system is one of deep self-love and appreciation. And I say this constantly to the point where people probably get sick of hearing it, but, self-worth comes first. It's the lens through which everything else is created. And if you don't have a sense of deep self-love, when you go do those projects or you start moving forward with those intentions, if we're not working on ourselves, it's really easy for things to slip, and we don't have a solid foundation of our own worthiness or our own love. So those are the things that work really well for me. I've just got to come back home to the love that I am, so that when things don't work out, that what's left is me, or what's left is you, right? Right.
Exactly. Yeah. Wow. That's pretty awesome. That's a great way of explaining it, because we do have to have that love for ourselves in order to create what is for our highest good,
Totally.
And that divine timing, it's all about that. Sometimes, and I know the universe has whacked me on the head and said, look, it's time for you to just sit still for a minute here, because I'm working on this.
Right.
So
right,
just be, and allow things to, work around you so that you can achieve your manifestation.
Right.
Right. And so I wanted to ask you, because I looked at your book, M100.
Yeah.
I did. I went on
the Manifestation 100.
The Manifestation 100, and I'm like, "Ooh, this is kind of neat." And I was looking at it, and I'm like, "Going, this is really a cool book." And I let our audience know that they can get the book off of Amazon. It is a Kindle book, so you'll have to download it. And that it's worth the download. It really is. It's worth the download. So
thank you.
When did you get inspired? What inspired you to write the book?
Well, I was like hanging out at a workshop one day, and I've always really loved, bringing people together to talk about manifesting and creation and, how it all works. I've been studying how it all works for a long time. And, I have some principles that are foundational to what I share in my business and with the people that I work with. And I was at a workshop one day, and it dawned on me, the Manifestation 100, right, was one of those, like, inspired moments. And I'm like, I'm going to just do 100 days of intentional creation for anybody who wants to play. And so the Manifestation 100 was born in August of 2014, and it was up and running within 2 weeks, let's just say. And every day for 100 days, I made a video and I made a post, a little light post with an exercise for 100 days on a concept that deeply moved me. And if I even really was honest, I would say that I made a post on a concept that I was inspired to talk on that day. And so, that material, that program, actually became a very evergreen program, and it also became the book over the last about year and a half or so. And, as things evolve as they will,
Yes.
It started off kind of rusty, and there are some glitches probably in the book still that are a little rusty. But overall, what I collected really was a chapter every single day. Was a structure for people to drop in and have it be like an evergreen alignment program, an evergreen manifesting program, complete with a daily routine and something to inspire you and teach you something about your spirit and yourself, and about aligning with something bigger than yourself, and really connecting with the soul of you, the inner being of you. So it started in August of 2014. We were up and running. I think it was September. Yeah, September of 2014, something in there. And we're currently, I think, on day 36 maybe, of our 100-day journey. We're on round 5. And the program has grown from about 200 people to like 40, almost maybe 300 people. And just really an amazing group of soul family that come together and uplift each other and manifest together. And I don't know, I feel pretty blessed to be leading this amazing tribe.
So can you give us an example of what a daily idea is, or a daily intention is?
Yeah, sure. So, oh my goodness, I should open the book, right? I should open it up and tell you. So we work in a couple ways. I have a daily lesson, and
Yes.
that daily lesson is sometimes, it's inspired by my philosophy. It's inspired by the operating system. And so, like I was talking to you just before, deep self-love and appreciation is
Yes.
part of the gig. In fact, it is the part of the gig. And I tell people when they embark upon the Manifestation 100, which is this 100 days of intentional creation, that the best way to do it is in the name of self-love and appreciation. And it's when we do that, we really start to step into our most powerful shoes as a creator. And so every moment, every time you lean in the direction of this personal development, you make a choice about not only your future and your alignment, but also your transformation. And so you'll see concepts. Day 1 was self-love. Day 2 probably was, if I'm not mistaken, that we come from 100% responsibility model. That means
Right.
I'm 100% responsible for my life. If I'm not mistaken, day 3, it's on keeping promises. And it's not necessarily to others, but it's to ourselves.
Right.
And day 4, we look at the concept of synchronicity, which, oh my gosh, I mean, next to self-love and appreciation work, synchronicity, I mean, that makes me just light up like a light bulb,
synchronicity
because that excites me so much.
Right. Synchronicity is awesome. I mean, you can see it. You can see it in your moments during the day.
Exactly.
You know, the synchronistic moments that happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah. So
yeah.
I teach a lot about, synchronicity. The people in my program and in my group, they do, they talk every day about the numbers and the feathers and the pennies from heaven, and you know what I mean? They look to find the alignment and the signs of that alignment. So I really dig synchronicity, and I think it's one of the missing pieces for people who are trying to manifest their reality is they miss the syncs, as I say. And,
well, how can people not miss them? How does that happen? What would be something that you would recommend so that people don't miss out on those wondrous synchronistic moments?
I think the first step is to have an awareness of what they feel like for you.
Mm-hmm.
Synchronicity, when you have that moment, you know what it feels like. It's a space of grace, right?
Yes.
It's this moment of awe when you're like, oh, that was for me. This was for me, and it really feels like there's a guidance with you and through you and above you and all around you that supports your life. It's this feeling of connectedness. I mean, it really, really is an experience. And I think honoring the experience, I think it starts there. And as you notice it, and as you notice it more, and you notice it more, it's like, it's basic law of attraction theory. What we focus on grows, right?
Yes.
I think the more that you revel, and I use that word very specifically in the work, it's like when we revel in synchronicity and we open that gateway, I think we open the gateway to more of it. And I think that we invite that experience of awe into our life. And as we do, I think it lights the path.
Right.
It absolutely lights the path. It's one of my favorite subjects. I can go on about synchronicity for I feel like hours, and stories, and
right.
You could have me back one day just to talk about synchronicity. But I just like the path lights up, and the stories are.
The stories, the synchronicities are amazing, and the stories are amazing, and the path lighting up is amazing. But now, what do you tell people that, they've had, maybe they've had a lifetime of, lots of sadness or lots of things that have just been thrown in front of them. How do you assist them with tempering how they were raised, maybe, and getting them to see that, or to help assist them with creating that for themselves, because there are so many people that really truly want those synchronicities, and yet they get to the place they're almost there, like they're almost through the door, and then something happens and they step back outside the door again. So what would you recommend for people, really quickly?
Thanks, Ariel.
I'm just letting you know.
So, oh my gosh, it's so individual. I mean,
it is.
I mean, I can say to people, hey, you got to look for your synchronicities. Hey, track your synchronicities, and they just aren't connected enough to do so.
Right.
So we need to rewire back even further, and it really needs to get back to the self-love work. I talk to people in my coaching career that have literally said, I cannot be in a place of self-love and appreciation. It goes against everything that I've ever been taught, and I feel so like I just can't do it. And more often than not, I'm attracting people who are kind of already on that path these days. But it happens, where people just get in a place, and sometimes we have to find something that we love about ourselves and just look for a gateway. So what would I tell someone? I'd say we need to find a gateway for you to get back in touch with something that you love and appreciate about yourself. And it doesn't matter to me if it's that you have two legs to walk on.
Right.
You have to find something to love and appreciate about yourself. And sometimes it's, I love the sparkle in my eyes when my children walk into the room. And we have to dig for it, and we have to look for it. Sometimes it's not easy to always find, but we have to rewire all the way back there. The synchronicities come because we're in alignment. And sometimes we have to find the synchronicities, and we find alignment through them. But the work really is first on you. The synchronicities are beautiful, joyful,
yes,
signs of that alignment, so to speak.
Right.
And I think they're part of the process. But if somebody is where you're saying, I would say, get back to loving you and find a gateway, a small gateway, to start to appreciate yourself. And when you find one thing, look for the next.
Right.
And then if you find another thing to appreciate, look for the next. And then what happens, and someone said it today so beautifully, it takes one drop of rain to create a rainstorm. And so we sometimes have to just find that tiny first drop.
Right. And you can, you can find Lori's book at Amazon.com. It's called Manifesting 100. And stay tuned because we have some more things we're going to ask Lori. You're listening to A Gang of Girls Radio on 24/7.
Keep your online visitors engaged with Rumble Talk chat service. With over 2 million chatters on over 200,000 websites, Rumble Talk is a proven professional chat room service. With an easy-to-install Rumble Talk chat room, you can share rich media, chat on the go from your mobile phone or tablet, integrate on popular social media pages, blogs, mobile apps, and websites. Add a stylish HTML5 Rumble Talk chat room theme or create your own custom Rumble Talk chat room. Rumble Talk gives you the ability to control any aspect of your chat room's appearance, images, colors, backgrounds, borders and fonts, and overall style. With Rumble Talk's easy account management, you can manage all your Rumble Talk chat rooms from one account. Now that you've found your chat room solution, visit RumbleTalk.com for your free 7-day trial today. Your visitors are waiting. Rumble Talk chat service. RumbleTalk.com. Grow your business. At Sinorama of Naperville, we offer customized solutions for signs, branding, marketing, and advertising. We have a full range of custom signs and graphic services to meet your needs, build your brand, and create your image. Look around and you'll see how our specialists help businesses enhance their visibility and get noticed. Let us work with you to understand your unique marketing goals and help you reach them. Call 630-527-0500 to meet with an expert at Sinorama Naperville. That's 630-537-0500 or visit us online anytime at Sinorama-Naperville.com. Custom solutions, friendly service. Sinorama of Naperville, the way to grow your business. Paying too much to host your radio program with others? Tired of trying to figure out complicated software programs? Then let WHVR Digital Broadcasting help you. We offer full program production, engineering, promotion, and training so you can take your program to the next level. Don't have a radio show? No problem. Send us your program idea and we can bring it to life for you. We all have something to say, so why not use our quality service to say it? If you're a serious broadcaster and looking for a top quality outlet for your live program, then call us today at 800-653-1680 extension 3. That's 800-653-1680 extension 3. Or visit WHVRdigital.com for more details. Come join our growing network and see why talk is our business and business is good. WHVR Digital Broadcasting. We're here to serve you. Consider your life at this moment. Is there anything you'd like to change? Would you like a new job, more money, better health, and a happier love life? Then there's no better moment than now to have a feng shui consultation with Juliette Loyer. As a certified practitioner and teacher, Juliette can help you harmonize the energy of your space to bring about powerful changes in your life. Why not go with the flow? Call 708-254-2894 and book a consult for your your home or business. Mention this ad between now and September 21st and receive a 20% discount. Call 708-254-2894 and book your appointment now. Consider your life at this moment and consider feng shui today. Many of us struggle with health issues or pain of some form or another, yet you can't seem to find the reason why the aching continues. But there's a way to uncover and treat the sources of all your ailments. For the past 20 years, the practitioners at New Life Holistic Health have been helping people find and overcome the root causes of their health trials, rebalance, and restore their energy. Their New Life method combines today's most effective holistic therapies along with the quantum life system biofeedback full body scan, scanning you for over 7,000 health-related issues. This powerful method gives you the answers you've been searching for. Don't wait another day or even another minute to take back control of your health. Call 630-510-3180 or visit newlifeholistic.com for your free consultation. Mention you heard this ad on the stream and receive $25 off your first visit. New Life Holistic Health. newlifeholistic.com. Always hot. Blazing hot. No matter what time of year. 24.7 The Stream. 247thestream.com.
Five past the hour, and you're listening to A Gang of Girls Radio on 24/7 The Stream. I'm your host tonight, and pretty much every week. Hey, yeah, that's me. So I have some sponsor stuff I'd like to share with you, and this is from the Greater Chicagoland Pagan Pride, and their event will be held at Mills Park in Oak Park, Illinois on Sunday, September 18th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. And it is a family-friendly event. And I've been, and it is a family-friendly event. It's pretty cool. The entrance fee is, it's open to the public, and an entrance fee of a non-perishable food item, which they donate. Okay? So bring in those non-perishable food items for the Pagan Pride event. And the day will be filled with vendors, workshops, and entertainment. We encourage everyone to come out and enjoy the day as we celebrate community. For more information, you can visit their website at chicagopaganpride.org or on Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. No matter your spiritual path, please join us. Okay? And Chicago Pagan Pride people, they're awesome. All right, Twyla rocks, and she's here to assist you. The whole Pagan Pride community is here to assist the community. So let's go check them out. You never know what could happen. You might like some of the cool stuff that you might find there, and you might even see some friends there. That would be fun, right? All right. So we also want to let you know that Sarpino's Pizza of Naperville, they are open late nights until 3 a.m. So you can call and get your hot, fresh, tasty Sarpino's Pizza now at 630-778-8808. And they don't just make pizza. They make awesome sandwiches too. Also, Anderson Accounting Company. Don't mess with the IRS. Call the pros at Anderson Accounting Company, 630-229-9884. Preston is awesome, and he can break it down for you and help you understand what's going on. Because, hey, I am not that person of figures and accounting and all that business. I can't do it, and he actually puts me at ease. So he's awesome. So give him a call. Anderson Accounting Company, 630-229-9884. And you can look him up on Facebook too. So, and check him out because he can assist you with all your tax needs and your accounting needs. All right. So we're always open for sponsors here at Again Girls Radio. We love sponsors. You know, you can go to the advertising tab and check out how you want to be a sponsor at A Gang of Girls Radio. If you want a shout out and you're willing to do a trade, hey, send me an email because you know what? I'm up for trading. I'm a good trader. All right? Okay. Now, we're going to get back to our friend Lori because she has a lot to say, and we only have about 55 more minutes. So, as I was perusing you and checking you out, I was looking at this, some of the stuff that you've written. Now, you speak about stepping stones. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by stepping stones?
So, can you? I'm like, what context did I say that? Tell me what context. I could use that in 1,000 contexts.
Yeah.
Stepping stones. I think it's any time that you create. Any time that you're doing your passive personal development, right? Mm-hmm. And an opportunity is placed before you because of the work that you've done, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And it might be, you guys learn to love yourself. And because of that, another stone appeared before you. And you might have learned this really, really great concept of divine time or detachment from the outcome or the synchronicity we're talking about, right? Or taking inspired action, all these wonderful things that we like to tie together. And because you placed your attention on the work, because I really do believe success is an inside job, an alignment job, really, a spiritual job, another stepping stone appears before you. And so I'm guessing that might be the context that I was speaking about, because what I like is I like it when it just starts to unfold and the path lights up, the stones drop in front of us, and we say, great, I can step on this next. I didn't know that was coming, but now this just opened up. This is a great new stepping stone for me. Oh my gosh, I have two. I have two to choose from. Now which one do I want to step on next?
Right.
And then another appears, and another appears, and another appears. And it's because of the work that we're doing, not because of the head banging that we're doing. The head against the wall kind of work that we like to do to try to force things to happen. It's because of the allowing work that we're doing. So that's what I think that I meant probably in that context, but, I could have used it in other ways too.
Well, that's a great context. Hey. So that's a good way of explaining it, know?
Good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I was also, I read about the Daily Word.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah.
Can you explain the Daily Word to us?
Yeah, I can. So, do you want to know the truth of how it was born? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, how was the Daily Word born? Because that's a cool thing, the Daily Word.
So originally, I did the Manifestation 100, and I came with the daily lesson, and I came with my video, and things started to kind of come together. And I think it was probably around 2, maybe around 3, where I started this Daily Word. And the verbiage goes exactly like this. Tell me something good, or tell me something beautiful. And every day I change the words. So let's just say day 1 is always, tell me something good. And I say, 1 word will do. P.S. When I ask and you answer, we activate a vibration. And every single day I do this through the entire 100 days. And the reason that I did it was really twofold. In the beginning, it felt to me like it ignited something really beautiful and juicy, and it did. It was more than I knew. It was one of those stepping stone ideas that kind of dropped in front of me, and I said, I'm going to just do this. It feels really good. The second thing is it lined up with a principle that I believe in, and it's called visualization and focus. And I love the work of Abraham Hicks, and Abraham Hicks says when you focus on anything for 68 seconds and you have pure positive thought, for 68 seconds, it's like valued at or worth 2 million action hours. And I thought, if I could give these manifestors, these creators, something in their day that would give them 2 million action hours, right? Of pure positive focused attention. That's such a cool thing.
Right.
So it came because of that. And little did I know that it would be one of the most powerful M100 experiences of people's day. The lesson in the video and everything that I give you guys or give my people is cool, but there's a lot of like up spiraled energy that comes from that daily word. So, but initially in the beginning, my intention was, oh my God, I'm not ready yet. I've got to give them something to work on that's easy and delightful, because I had to buy myself some time because I wasn't ready with my lesson. And so here's how, this is true. This is how it's born, right? Out of my contrast and out of my challenge and out of my stress, I manifested, I created, I downloaded the inspiration. And at first it seemed like it was going to just give me a buffer of time, this cute little exercise that lined up with some good visualization, right? And what it turned out to be was something I couldn't even get my arms around, and really turned out to be a powerhouse experience for the M100. So I really was just looking to give some buffer to myself, and because I was stressed out a little bit about getting
your lesson in.
You know what I mean? And what it turned out to be is one of the biggest gifts of the M100 is, tell me something good, one word will do, and to hold that thought for 68 seconds. P.S. When I ask and you answer, we activate a vibration, and we do. When I ask and they answer, or you answer, right, and we hold that thought. I did the calculations one time. I said, oh my gosh, in the first, X amount of days, you realize that we've held the focus, or we held the thought of something, let's say heavenly. I don't remember what the word was. This was the last round. And I was like, do you guys realize that, we held a thought collectively for like 25 hours? I mean, it was that powerful. If everyone who liked it, anybody who, participated in the exercise, we held a thought for like 25 hours. And I get so excited about it, because I do believe that we have the potential to really change, consciousness. And when a butterfly flaps its wings on the other side of the world, there's a change. So I really, really get excited about, out of my little discomfort, I've got to find something to give me a little buffer. That was my first thought. What can I download? And it's like Spirit spoke to me, and I was just, the daily word came. And yeah, that's what the daily word is. And it's powerful, because people changing their lives with those daily words, because I can guarantee you that not everybody's on my forum. Not all 4,300 people are on the forum doing the daily work, but they are doing the daily word, and it's changing their life. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, tiny little motions make sometimes huge impact for people.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. What an awesome concept. That came from something that, it's one of those happy accidents that turned out to be the most awesome thing.
Yeah, I mean, and I have that happen so often, where I have this little blip in it, and it really it crystallizes an intention for me. I want it this way, now I want it that way, and it's through my tweaking of my desire, or the way that I want it, that cool stuff comes through.
Yeah.
So it's never negative, right?
No.
It's never negative. It's just an experience and a want for more, a desire for more, a dream for something better.
Right.
And spirit sometimes has stuff in store for us that we just cannot even fathom.
Right.
Yeah.
That is like, woo, baby, that's so awesome.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because I have, being the nosy person that I have looked at the M100, and I have seen the daily word, and I've also seen all of the responses that come from the daily word. And I was just so, wow, I was so amazed. How magical.
Yeah, cool stuff.
Yes.
Cool stuff. Very cool.
So again, I'd like for our audience to know that you can find Lori's book, Manifestation 100, on Amazon.com. Just look it up and check it out. I feel like if you look at the book and you start to read like the little download, you'll see, wow, this is really cool. It is, it's a Kindle book, so it's downloadable. You know how I feel about that. I feel awesome about downloadable books because, hey, why waste paper, right? Get a Kindle. And also, remember, it's a Gay and Girls Radio, so we're hashtagging All Lives Matter on Twitter. All Lives Matter. So retweet those tweets, everyone, or tweet it. Hashtag All Lives Matter, because they do. And we want people to know that. And we want to spread it around. All Lives Matter. Just because they do. You know? So remember that as you're like listening to the show. If you can access Twitter, please do so. All right? This is our tweet. All Lives Matter. Because yours does too. Right? Yeah. You're listening to a Gay and Girls Radio on 24/7.
Depression, anxiety, and insomnia can cause a lot of heartache and stress in a family or group of friends. And those heartaches only multiply when the symptoms are a byproduct of a bigger health concern, like cancer, PTSD, Parkinson's, or drug and alcohol dependency. And in the past, treatments for depression, anxiety, and insomnia were only moderately effective. But now there's a new therapy called Nexalin. Nexalin is a simple medical device that stimulates the midbrain. Nexalin is safe and an effective FDA-cleared drug-free treatment for depression, anxiety, and insomnia with no serious side effects. And Nexalin is proven effective in reducing symptoms in over 80% of patients treated. For information and a free confidential consultation, call 847-865-3216 or visit NexalinRelief.com. That's 847-865-3216 or visit NexalinRelief.com. Looking for help with your money? Maybe you're a new business, not sure where to begin with your accounting issues. Instead of taking chances with the IRS, why not come to us? Anderson Accounting offers tax solutions for your business, whether big or small, new or established. Let us help you with your accounting and tax needs. We give fresh ideas and outside-the-box solutions for all your accounting problems. Give us a call, 630-229-9884, or visit our website at AndersonAccountingCo.com. Helping companies reach their potential through careful planning, prompt service, and years of expertise. We are the solution. AndersonAccountingCo.com, 630-229-9884. The vaping industry is saturated with e-liquids these days, but only one truly separates itself from the rest. Kalari. KalariVapor.com. When it comes to producing a top-quality vapor liquid, Kalari comes out with a bold statement. We're here to stay. Now, with higher expectations from their fans, Kalari produced an even higher quality e-liquid like no other. Kalari Prime. Kalari Prime. Kalari Prime nicotine is extracted from the finest Virginian tobacco leaves and aged for several months to perfectly blend with its one-of-a-kind flavors and give you a perfect full-flavored draw without the harsh throat hit like those other brands. Don't just take their word for it. Visit KalariVapor.com and try it for yourself. Kalari and Kalari Prime e-liquid. Don't smoke it. Vape it at KalariVapor.com. Must be 18 years or older to purchase. KalariVapor.com. 24.7 The Stream. 247thestream.com.
The Stream. 23 past the hour, and you're listening to a Gang of Girls Radio on 24/7 The Stream. I am your host, Ariel Grace, and we are talking to Lori Hamann tonight, and she's rocking our world. You know what I'm saying? Yes, she is. Well, she's rocking my world. I hope she's rocking your world, too. So let us know. Hop, skip, jump on over to chat. You know, you can sign in as yourself. You can sign in through Facebook. You could be mysterious, put a different name up, whatever. You know, just jump on in, because if you have questions, this is a time to ask. It is. It's a time to ask. Because I have a great question here, and this is a question I've been waiting to ask. So, this is my question to you, Miss Lori, is what is a conscious creator?
What is a conscious creator?
Yes.
You know, a bit of a buzzword almost, you know, in a way.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things that you think everybody knows.
Right.
But I don't think they do. So
Nope.
you're asking me the question for a reason. So for me, a conscious creator is someone who really, really gets that the life that they create on the outside is a direct result of the alignment that they hold and the work they do on the inside. Like, it's really literally, I mean, it's the success is an inside job, but as a conscious creator, we see it as a more spiritual journey, in my opinion. You know, it's not just success is an inside job and I'm going to beat myself there, right? I'm going to align myself there. So for me, a conscious creator is someone who sculpts their life, who's an artist of their life, who takes 100% responsibility for their life, the good, the bad, the ugly, right? And knowing really, truly, none of it's really ugly. It's all beautiful, and it's all an opportunity for us to have growth. A conscious creator looks to deliberately impact their own life by the thoughts they think, the emotions they feel, the attitudes they have, the actions that they choose. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. And I like to say, guys, we don't call it conscious creation for nothing.
Right.
Because we're conscious. It's because we're paying, excuse my language, but we're paying freaking attention, right? To what we have going on in our head and what we've got activated in our vibration and activated emotion in our emotions, whether that be about the love that we have, the joy we're creating, the purpose that we're unfolding, the health that we are manifesting, or the freedom that we're stepping into. You know, we all want those things in our life. And so, you know, a conscious creator is seeking to deliberately impact their life by the inside work. So, you know, conscious creators to me aren't big on quick fix mentality. You know, they're in it for the long haul. They look to like evolve all the time. They believe that success doesn't happen to them accidentally, that they really have success happen in their life because they've chosen it on some level and they continue to choose it and they're persistent and they have perseverance beyond anything, but they don't give up on themselves. That to me is what the mark of a conscious creator is. Anybody who gets that, I'm like, perfect. You're perfect to enter my world. If you get that or you're willing to lean into it, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Then you're like totally synced up with my teachings. I have a little gusto about me. You know what I mean? I come with a little bit of being present, but go after what you want with just, you know, ferociousness.
Right.
So, yeah. Does that resonate? Does that resonate?
That
like,
resonates.
Ooh.
How about all of you out there listening, our audience? Does that resonate with you? Is that something that just sparks that fire within you? You know, are you a conscious creator? Are you? So the other thing that I wanted to ask you about is that I feel like this was interesting. It really struck me. Can you explain prosperity and forgiveness for us?
Yeah. So I've written on that, right?
Yes.
There's definitely, you've noseyed around, haven't you?
I've memorized you. I know who you are.
Oh, you're so funny. You're so funny. So, forgiveness. You know, I like to always be thinking about what's a match to scarcity and what's a match to prosperity, or what's a match to fear and what's a match to love. You know, Neil Donald Walsh says there's two camps. There's the fear camp and the love camp, and you're in either one of those at any given time. And I think he's completely right. We're either resonating in fear on some level or you're resonating in love. And, of course, there's a whole gaggle of emotions that are around fear and love, right?
Right. Yes.
But when you think about when you need to forgive someone, you know, and I don't like stand like some, holier than thou person that's got this all nailed down, right? I mean, everybody's working on letting go and releasing, when you've been hurt. And so, but in our need to have forgiveness, we are standing in a place of judgment of another human being. It just is what it is. We judge somebody else's actions. We believe that we need to forgive them.
Right.
On some level, we're standing in fear, and that fear is a match to scarcity consciousness. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Fear is a match to scarcity consciousness. Love is a match to prosperity consciousness. So forgiveness in itself, the need for it, holds us in scarcity consciousness. However, when we go across the bridge to forgiving, okay?
Yes.
We land in the lap of prosperity consciousness, which is a match to everything that we're really wanting in our life, right? The
Right.
freedom, the manifestations, everything that's on your intentions list, really. So sometimes you have to start with forgiveness for yourself, because when we hold resentments against ourselves or judgments harshly against ourselves, we're just activating fear and anger and resentment and grief and shame sometimes. And so when we really get to the place of forgiveness and letting go and seeing and stepping outside of judgment, we step into prosperity consciousness. So really forgiveness, when we get there, is a match to all that we want.
Yeah.
There are some, I don't know if I articulated that quite right, but is forgiveness a match to love? And I think the answer is yes, because is love a match to prosperity? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how I tie it in. And so when I do work with groups or individuals, sometimes we have to lean into forgiveness. I mean, it's not always easy for people to be like, hey, dang, got a session in and I have forgiven everyone on my list. Sometimes it requires, a shift in thinking.
Right.
And we have to get our arms around, like, why it's important for us and if it's something that we really, really want. And we don't forgive for them, we forgive for us. Holding on to unforgiveness. I forget who said this, right? Some great master said it's like holding the coal in your hand. Who said it? Gandhi or Buddha or someone? I should know. But that's what it is. I mean, you're basically, standing in fear and you're standing in all that pain. So it's just not a match to, it really holds you, in your own prison, so to speak. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was that's a good explanation, because it does equal out, and it is alchemical, because love is. So you have to love yourself in order to manifest. And in order to manifest, you have to remove maybe some of those things out of your life, and that requires forgiveness.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, right?
Right.
Of self and others. Totally.
Right.
Sometimes people have to forgive themselves more for the promises they've broken to themselves than how others have broken promises. So, and it never means, and I always say disclaimer, right? It doesn't ever mean if you're being, sometimes relationships and friendships come full circle. And it never means stick around. Hey, just keep forgiving. You want to be in a place of, sometimes it means I have to love myself more. So
yes.
I always say there's a disclaimer when we're doing release work and forgiveness work. And I mean, yes, we move into that for a reason, but it doesn't always mean that we stay in the relationship. That's definitely for you and your coach, or you and your counselor, or you and your high self to discern.
Right.
So I'm on disclaimer on that. So,
so you heard the disclaimer, everyone.
A little bit, because, we forgive for us. It doesn't mean we forgive and then keep getting, tackled if things are tough. So, that's a whole nother show for you, and probably another expert.
Yes. Well, you never know what can happen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, while we're talking about manifestation and intention, the art of receiving, and it is an art to receive. You know, because we talk about a lot about like giving, and you know, it's giving, and but there's also the art of receiving. Like we call it the equal exchange of energy around here. Now, how important is that to you and teaching that to your clients, the art of receiving? Can you explain what the art of receiving is as well?
You know, we've been really programmed to give and to not receive. Or we've been programmed or conditioned along the way. You know, we picked up beliefs that say it's better to give than to receive.
Right.
And, you know, truth be told, sometimes we have to receive first. And there comes a time when you give away yourself, and you give away yourself, and you give away yourself to the point where sometimes there's nothing left. And we really need to be able to give back to ourselves. But we have to open ourselves to receive and start to kind of like fill our cup. I would say, you know, it's important to fill your cup with self-love, but, you know, sometimes it's okay to say, I would say all the time, it's okay to say, you know, first, you know, the door through which you give and receive is the same door, but the door through which that you receive and give then is also the same door.
Right.
So, yeah, so receive, like you said, it's the equal exchange. And so receiving for me is important. And I think even, you know, doing small work around this, receiving a compliment is a big deal for somebody. You know, just to say, yes, thank you. You know, thank you so much for that compliment, or thank you so much for that feedback, or thank you so much for this money, or this gift, or, I mean, people say, oh, you shouldn't have,
right,
all the time, as if it's socially appropriate.
Right.
And really what it is, it's just an activation of scarcity.
Right.
It's just
it
an
is.
activation of scarcity consciousness.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I always wondered why people say, oh, you shouldn't have, when they really wanted it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think somewhere along the line, it was equated to being humble.
Right.
And instead of being just like truly grateful and continuing to ignite the exchange, right?
Right.
Not from a place of knowing it, not from a place of owing anybody anything, but from a place of, I have enough to give, and I give so freely of myself. I mean, if we were teaching that to our children, I think that would be pretty cool.
Yes. I think so, too. I align with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's totally important. Totally. You have to be willing to receive, and you have to ask yourself, is the way that I'm thinking, the way that I'm emoting, the way that I believe right now in this moment a match to receiving energy or the receiving mode? And if it's lined up with love and love for yourself, then that's a checkpoint. But if you feel like out of alignment with like, does this feel good to receive? Am I resisting this? Do I think I should have it? Do I think I'm not good enough? Do I think I don't deserve it? There is work to do.
Right.
Because your receiver is off. Got to flip the switch back on.
Right. Yes. So I align with that. I align with flipping that switch on and everyone be open to receive. Yes. Because that's, wow, what a gift to yourself, you know, is to be able to receive whatever it is that someone is there to give you. So that's awesome. And it is, you know, it is humble as well, you know.
Totally. Absolutely.
So, yeah. All right. Well, I have, I have this question here for you. What are the 5 ideas most of your clients want, or what are the 5 concepts that your clients mostly want? You know, like they want to know, they want to clear. I would say, you know, what are those 5 things?
5 things that, you know what?
5
let
ideas.
Me think about that. 5. So when you at first said 5 ideas, I was thinking, what are the 5 things that everybody wants?
Yes.
And
what is the 5 things that everybody wants?
Yeah. Well, they walk into my virtual office and everybody wants to create more love, joy, purpose, health, and freedom. Those 5 things.
Right.
But even more specifically, they say to me, how do I manifest that? Right?
Yes.
How do I manifest that? What thoughts should I be thinking? Like, what's my operating system? You know, people are really looking for like the how-to. Like, you know, how can I get the key to turn? How can I create the alignment? So we want those 5 things: love, joy, purpose, health, and freedom. But the question is, how? How do I get there? And kind of like show me the path. Show me the path that I can walk on, that I can evolve upon, that I can grow on, that will take me to those things.
Right.
Those are the 5. Those are the 5 big ones. Yeah. How do I manifest that? They want to know.
Well,
how do I create that? How do I create more money? Everybody wants to know. How do I create more freedom? It's a big one. How do I create more freedom? It's huge for people.
Yes.
And it's really at the crux of it, because I think that love is who we are, and love is a match to freedom. And so we crave that freedom, and we want to come back home to ourselves, you know?
Yes.
So how do we get there? How?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do we get there? You know, first we start to love each other, ourselves, and take care of ourselves, and appreciate ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, and then it is a match to freedom. I read a story about some Native American Indians that were put in jail, and a reporter came to talk to them, and he's like, well, what is it like not having your freedom? And they said to him, we are free. We are free.
Yeah.
You know, just because there's an illusion of these walls around us doesn't mean that we're not free. We are free. Yeah. And so I thought that was, when I read it, I was like, what the heck are they talking about? And then as I thought about it, I thought, wow, they're not allowing the walls of their cells to hold them.
It's pretty profound.
It is.
It's pretty amazing. Beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So your question, how do we get there, right? How do we get to that experience?
How do we get there? We got a couple minutes, you know. What would be your first handy tip or trick to assist people with getting to that place of freedom?
You know, for me, I don't know that there's like an easy, quick tip for that. I think it's becoming more of who you are. I think it's stepping outside of the constraints of our mind. You know, I think that when we step outside of the lies that we tell ourselves at any given time, we create freedom. Coming back home to the love we are. You know, we are a soul. And when we connect to that soul, we're free, no matter where we are. But I can tell you 100% right now, I mean, if somebody locked me up in a jail, I'd have some work to do, because I'd be like, holy cow, I'd have to do some shifting, you know? So I don't know, like, I think the formula looks more like a practice. I'd want to ask them, so you're behind bars, like, what's your practice? What is your personal practice? And I can say, here's what's in my practice, here's what's in my toolbox, but I'd be really curious to say, you know, what do you practice? What thoughts are you practicing? So for people to find true freedom, I think they've got to start with a practice. I think yoginis have a practice, right? They show up every single day.
Right.
And conscious creators have to show up every single day to a practice.
Yes.
And be willing. I mean, it's all about willingness, right?
Right.
You know, be willing to try some of these concepts on, whether it be self-love. Yeah, I'm pretty convicted about the deep self-love and appreciation piece, right?
Yes.
I am really pretty darn convicted about that. And if you ask me any questions, I'd probably direct you back to that one starting place. Like, if there was one across the board prescription, you know, for anything, I'd say, yeah, got to get back to loving yourself, and get present, be present, get breathing again,
Right.
and leading to the love that you are. But I think it's a whole operating system. I think it's a whole practice that we embrace and that we show up to every single day. So I don't know that there's an easy 1, 2, 3 formula, because I think maybe how we each come to it might look a little different depending on our circumstance. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Circumstance, has a lot to do with it. So I feel like, I feel like it shortchanges people to say there's a formula. There is a way, and I think that there is a way, but I don't think that the way
is
where I'd start someone. Where I'd start. I talked to a woman yesterday or the day before, and she's just fantastic, and she's a new client of mine, and we didn't start at self-love and appreciation. We started somewhere else.
right.
We started with, looking at, what her needs are. And, it's just that the practice is different. Okay. And for me, I have to say that, my client or anyone, especially when you're diving into that kind of work, right?
Right.
Yes, I have a very structured program, step 1, step 2, step 3. Do the daily routine, here are your 7 steps, here's 100 days, and it clicks and it works. But I will tell you that people through that practice choose what works for them.
Right.
They will do the Manifestation 100 over 5 times, and they will still be crafting and collecting. And I'll hear people talk on the forum or whatever, and I'll be like, that is such an interesting spin. And how they're doing the practice is unique to them, and that's where their freedom is.
And you can find Lori's book on Amazon.com. It's M100. And you're listening to A Gang of Girls Radio on 24.
And now an important message from one of our favorite listeners, Christopher Fisher.
Hello, this is Christopher Fisher. I'm listening to WHVR Digital Radio Live. The sound is great. It's going strong. Love you all.
We love you too, Christopher, and keep listening to WHVR Digital Broadcasting. You need to quit smoking. You need the latest products and e-liquid. You need Delectable Vapors. Located just off Main Street in St. Charles, Delectable Vapors is family owned and operated and cares about your individual needs, not making a fast buck. Come visit Mike, Danny, and Jill at 504 East Main Street in St. Charles and see for yourself. Delectable Vapors carries top e-liquid brands like Cutwood, Five Ponds, High Seas, and Sick Boy. They even have their own premium juice line. Sit back and enjoy their awesome tasting lounge filled with new flavors, fully stocked and ready to serve your vaping needs. Delectable Vapors carries all the hardware and e-liquid you could ever need. Did I mention their top-notch customer service? Delectable Vapors in St. Charles, just off Main Street, or always online at delectablevapors.com. You need to quit smoking. Come see us and let's kick some ash. The traditional light bulb, a groundbreaking invention in 1879. It's time we switch to longer-lasting Energy Star light bulbs. They're more efficient than old light bulbs, like a text message is more efficient than a carrier pigeon. And they cut down on our energy costs. Because in our own groundbreaking age, we deserve a light bulb that saves us some cash. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Energy and the Ad Council. Ask yourself, when was the last time I took a vacation? It's been a while, hasn't it? If you're looking for a well-deserved, peaceful getaway, then look no further than Vacation Home Renters Whitetail Lodge. Let the professionals at VacationHomeRenter.com help you with the vacation spot of your dreams, the Whitetail Lodge. This clean, cozy, and gorgeous cabin is a spacious 3,100 square foot, 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath that is perfect for large families or entertaining friends. Did I mention it comes with an outdoor hot tub? Relax with modern luxuries like central air, wood-burning fireplace, Wi-Fi, enormous covered deck, and flat-screen TVs in every room. Just minutes from Terry Peak Ski Area and other popular attractions like Mount Rushmore and Custer State Park. Don't wait another minute to book the Whitetail Lodge and stay in the vacation home you're looking for. Visit online at VacationHomeRenter.com and select select the beautiful Whitetail Lodge. Others say it. We prove it. 24.7 The Stream.
7 The Stream. It's 48 past the hour, and you're listening to a Gang of Girls Radio on 24/7 The Stream. I am your host, Ariel Grace, and we are talking to Lori Hamann tonight. And she has been filling us in about manifestation and alignment and, getting that heart and soul into alignment. And now we're going to hear about, how can we connect with Lori? How can you connect with Lori? Because I'm already connected to her. I'm nosy. I've already nosed around and everything. But how can you find out more about her? So how can people reach you, Lori?
Okay, so many ways that you can, many ways that you connect. So if you guys are on Facebook, you can type in the Manifestation 100, and you will find my group. And that is the place where we play, and that is the place where we gather up every single day and do our lessons, do our daily word, and talk about alignment. And that is the place, that is the big hub of where everybody hangs out. If you want to hang out at my website with me, you can go to lorihamann.com, and it's spelled Lori Hamann, LORIHAMANN.com. I do some pretty cool stuff, and most of the time, everybody on the M100 knows what's going on, so if you're in that forum, you're going to be pretty updated, especially if you're playing and liking things and participating. You'll get the notifications. But I do things like the Prosperity Challenge. I do something called the Prosperity Tribe. The next Prosperity Challenge is actually coming up on, April 25th. And I know it's a ways away, but if you join me for the M100, which is the Manifestation 100, if you join me for that, then you'll know all about the upcoming Prosperity Challenge as well. And that's usually a 7-day challenge. Actually, I've done it just this last January, and we had 500 people follow. It was so much fun. We amped up so much energy during the Prosperity Challenge. And the great thing about it is both the M100 and the Prosperity Challenge are free. And if you guys want to jump into some coaching with me, you can connect with me on my website, and you can also join my Prosperity Tribe. So I love working with people who want to ignite more prosperity in their life. That's a relatively new offering, which is in the last month or so, month to 6 weeks. And if you want to jump into that, it's lorihamann.com/tribe. And that's a little bit more personal. You get me one-on-one. You get me doing some personal workshopping with you. I do energy work and hypnotherapy and all kinds of fun stuff. And we've got a pretty great group. So I'm doing stuff all the time. We do something called a mind-body group cleanse, which we help people line up their cells of their body so that they're vibrating at a higher rate, and just doing some pretty cool stuff. So everything, however, is always announced at the Manifestation 100 not .com, but the Manifestation 100 on Facebook. My website is giving me some grief. I probably manifested that. My website is giving me a little grief for the last couple of days, so I would send you to a pretty link on my website to join the Manifestation 100, but you can search me in the search bar of Facebook and just add yourself to my group. Otherwise, you can go to facebook.com/groups/Manifestation 100. So lots of ways to connect, lots of ways.
Yeah, lots of ways to connect with her. And, I suggest that you do, because I have scoped out the Manifestation 100 group, and you'll really like the word of the day, even if you just start out with that and checking that out, because everybody needs to feel that and feel like somebody is aligning with them. Because it really helps to, throw that ripple out, because every time you yourself feels good, every time you yourself is good, everyone that you're connected to raises up. So let's raise it up.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So join Lori. Yeah, join Lori in her group. You never know. You may end up with a coaching session and like the light from within is going to shine like a beacon. I'll tell you. Just being in the group makes you feel good. So please do join her and check out her website. I was able to check it out this weekend and I didn't get any glitches. So I think right now, like the whole internet kind of thing is kind of glitchy right now. You know, maybe we're just using it too much.
We got to the end. We're done now.
Yeah. We're at the end of the internet. Okay.
All done. Got that reading done. Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being on the show tonight, Lori. I totally appreciate it. I appreciate
Thanks for having me.
Your insights. A rockin'.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun.
You're welcome. Yay.
Awesome.
I'm so grateful. And so all of you out there, just remember her name is Lori Hamann, and she wrote the book Manifestation 100. Look it up on Amazon. Okay. It is a Kindle book. You can download it, buy it, download it. It's pretty darn good. You can also find her on YouTube. She does have a YouTube channel, and she has some pretty interesting YouTube videos up too. If you want to know about the Manifestation 100 or the M100, look her up, Lori Hamann, on YouTube, and you'll see one of the first videos for the M100. It's pretty cool. I watched it. I liked it. I subscribed to it. You may subscribe to it too. You know, so check her videos out because it may give you some insight on about yourself and how you can assist yourself, you know, with aligning with your heart and soul. Huh. How awesome is that?
Very.
And Lori can help you do that. Okay? Yeah. Well, I have a couple of things to remind you about out there in internet land is that remember hashtag all lives matter because all lives do matter, and keep that hashtag flowing. Retweet the tweets, please. You know, let's let everybody know. And that way, you know, people feel good about that. And that's what we're looking for, especially right now. During these times, all lives matter. They do, truly. Now, also remember that we are going to have the Healing Energy Share tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, third Tuesday of the month. Heather will be leading that meditation tomorrow night, or that Healing Share tomorrow night. I will be on Teal Gray's radio show. You can look that up. I believe that it starts at 8 o'clock. And we also have the automatic writing class on Saturday at 10 o'clock. If you want to connect to your guides and angels and get those messages for your highest good, check that out. Also, I'm going to be trans-channeling on Saturday as well at 1 o'clock. I'll be trans-channeling the Archaea Hope and the Archaea Faith. And possibly Mother Mary. I'm starting to feel like she's going to have some words for us, and that'd be rocking. Remember, Q&A is with our Archaea Hope, so bring your questions with you. We do have the Lovecraft workshop on February 27th, and then we also have on the 28th Reiki 1. So make sure to RSVP for Reiki 1, please. Sign up for our newsletter at elevateddelights.com or agangofgirls.com. Download our app and take us everywhere you go. Yes, you can listen to the radio shows on our app, A Gang of Girls, Inc., and you can check out our events. You can check out everything that we do on the app. So it's a really pretty app, too. You can go to iTunes, Google Play, wherever it is that you need to go to get the app and join us. You can always check us out on Facebook. We've always got stuff going on. you can check out A Gang of Girls Inc. /Elevated Delights. Like the page. Get those notifications so that you know what's going on. Okay? And remember, too, that Madame Zalunga is going to be available for you on Saturdays from 10 to 4. She is here for astrology readings, but she needs you to email her to give her your birth date, time, and place so that she can create your charts before you get here. That way, everything's all ready for you. You just come on in, okay? We also will be having Heather here on Friday to do Reiki sessions, so that'll be fun. And Lucy will also be here on Friday as well. We are always ready for you Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays if you need intuitive readings, soul retrieval, or Reiki. We are here for you. So you can give us a call at 630-717-4569, and we will be happy to help you. Okay? Please do leave a message. Check us out again, agangirls.com and Elevate.